Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be making a crop top, but here we're going to be making a very free crop top, and the sleeve is going to be cut together with the top, so that is we're not going to have an armhole for this. So here you can see me folding this into two like this. So I just went ahead to fold the fabric into two, as you can see. So I'm actually doing this on the floor because this is a silky material and it's really stressful to work with. So to just save the stress, I decided to lay it on the floor. So if this is fine with you as well, you can go ahead and do the same thing. Alright, so as you can see, I folded into two. Again, I will be folding because I'm going to be cutting both the front and the back piece together at once. So just go ahead and take the other part of this and lift it to the top, so you have the fabric on fold. That's four, just as you can see me doing. So here now I have both the front and the back on fold. So this is what I'm going to be working with. So to actually make this top, because what I'm making for is on the higher side, so you can go ahead and use about two trousers or 1.5 inches for the trousers length. Alright, here, so as you can see, I folded upward, so I have the opening facing the top of this. So this part will serve as my shoulder or back, the open part rather. Now I'm going to be taking all my measurements. Like I said, the basin I'm making for is actually on the wider side, so the length of it is 21, but I have 22 there, which is actually perfect for what I want to work with. So here now I'm going to go ahead now and start inputting my measurements. So here is the back measurement divided by 2. So I'll just go ahead and mark this out. So guys, go ahead and do the same thing as well. So after I'm done taking the back measurements, I really hope the chalk is visible enough for us to see, guys. So after I'm done taking the back measurements, I'll go ahead and allocate all my center measurements. So here I'm going to be locating, although I indicated the chest line on this, but the chest line will not be needed. So just go ahead and locate your bust point. So that is my bust point. So we will not be needing the chest line for this, like I said. So just go ahead and locate your bust point. Also, you can go ahead and input your waist measurement for this as well. So that's the waist measurement right there. Then that's the length of the top. So now, like I said, it is a free top, so I'll be adding allowances to all of this. Now I'm going to connect these lines so that I have it in a straight line and it is easier for me to work with. Now go ahead and connect all of this together. So guys, once we are done connecting, now we'll be inputting all our measurements. Remember that all measurements you're going to be putting is going to be divided by 4. So just go ahead and take your bust circumference measurement, your waist measurement, and you're going to be dividing all of this by 4. So before doing this, we're going to go ahead and measure the wideness of the arm of the person you are making for. That is the armhole measurement. So for me, I have exactly 20 inches because the person wanted it to be free. So I'm going to be dividing that by 2, which I have 10. So I can see that using the chest line, rather the bust line for my armhole line is actually perfect. So that is what I'm going to be using for this. So again, that is my back measurement divided by 2. So your back measurement is divided by 2. Now I'm going to be showing you all the points together. So there is what I'm going to be using for my armhole. So I'm going to be using that 11 inches for my armhole. Now on that bust point, which I'm going to be using for my armhole, I hope that is actually clear. I'm going to be taking my round bust measurement. So there is my round bust measurement, and I'm going to be adding 3-inch allowance to this. Like I said, this is a very free crop top. You can actually wear this on high waist trousers. So I've added my allowance. Now I'll go to the waistline as well. and take my waist measurement, divide my waist circumference divided by 2. So I'm going to be taking it on the hem, as you can see. So like I said, it is not a very fitted top, so instead of me to cut it on my waist measurement, which is actually still the same, I'm going to be adding 3 inches allowance there. So there is my waist measurement plus 3 inches allowance. Now I'll just go ahead and connect this with my ruler. I'm really sorry guys, that is the best color of chalk I could find. I think is visible enough. Other colors I have are actually not visible on the farm material. So in between that part now, I'm going to be making a curve. Now that curve is for me not to have this part very straight, like in a rectangular form, or what do I call it. So I'm just arrange a curve that blend into the straight line I already created for my bust point. So that part now will serve as my sleeve. Although the length of the sleeve is not enough, but I'm going to be attaching using other material or the rest of this to complete it, the length of the sleeve. It is actually fine with the person I'm working for. So now for the neck measurement, I'm going to be using a wideness of 4 inches. This is because this is going to be without a zipper, so I want easy access for the head. So I'm going to be using 4 inches, and then the depth of this is 3 inches. So I think this is actually nice or perfect for this type of tie, because you're not going to be using a zipper for this, and you want your head to be able to enter this freely. So I'll just go ahead now and connect this with a curve. So if you have a French curve, it is actually fine, but I wanted to do this freehand for those that don't have. So I'll just go ahead and connect it now and cut it all up. So the back and the front is going to have the same neckline. That is why you did not see me separating this. So I'll just go ahead and cut it together. Alright, so this is what the neckline will look like. Now we're going to be cutting this. So as you can see, the other part there is actually closed, so I'm going to try to open this up so that I have the two separated. So you want to take your time while doing this so that you don't have yourself cutting this wrongly. Right, so this is where I'm going to be stopping. So the remaining part of this is going to use to complete the length of the sleeve. Now I'm going to cut along that way. So I went ahead to turn my material the other way so that we can easily see this. So I'm going to be cutting that way now. So this is what I had, and I went ahead to cut the other part as well. Now I also completed the length of the sleeve like I said I would. So I have 4 pieces there for the front and the back. So I'm going to be attaching this in order for me to have the length of my sleeve completed. So here, and as you can see, I have 2 pieces, one for the front and one for the back. Now we'll just go ahead and open this up for us to see. So this is what it looks like. Now we're going to be working on the two, so I'm going to go ahead to, you can use a bias to turn the neck, and you can also use the material as a bias. So for this I'm going to be using a bias so that it is easier to work with. So be turning the neck for both the front and the back first. So guys, this is what I had after I was done turning. I also went ahead to give this a good press so that it will lay, because this is actually a silk material. So as you can see, I also went ahead to join to complete the length of my sleeve. Like I said, the sleeve was shorter, so I needed the length to be longer, so I went ahead to complete this. So now I'm just going to turn this like this, as you can see me doing, right side facing the right side, so that I can join all of this together. So go ahead and place like this, right side facing each other. Then I'm just going to be stitching this with half an inch. So guys, this is actually what it looks like. I'm just going to place it like this. I'm really sorry if the noise is disturbing. So I'm going to make a stitch with half inch on that part, and on this part as well I'm going to make a stitch with half inch on this part downwards like this. So I just follow the shape I have while cutting and take half inch round. So I'll take this to the sewing machine and I'll be back to show you what it looks like, guys. So my dears, this is what I had after I was done. So I already went ahead to stitch that part. Now what I'm left with is to close up that part, which is the hem of the top, and then I'll be creating an elastic casing for the hand. So just go ahead and fold that you can see me doing. So I'm going to be using half inch elastic, so I'm going to be creating a casing for it. Then I will leave about 1 inch allowance for me to be able to bring out and close up my elastic. So guys, this was what I had after I was done. I already went ahead to sew that pattern. As you can see, the elastic is intact as well. So I hope this is really helpful. If it was helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Actually, this actually looks so nice after it was made. Thank you guys.